Dry ice blasting is this amazing cleaning method. It's super powerful, efficient, and even eco-friendly. But let's be real, for any business looking into it, all those cool benefits boil down to one big question.
Right? It's the number one question on every facility manager's mind. And the answer, well, it's not just a simple number. It's going to depend on where you are, how complex the job is, and one really important decision you have to make right from the get-go.
So that's what we're going to do in this explainer. We're going to break down all the costs by looking at the two main ways you can tackle any dry ice blasting project. Because understanding these two paths, that's the key to figuring out the real cost for your business. Okay, so here they are. You've got two main paths you can go down. On one hand, you can hire a professional crew that handles absolutely everything for you. On the other, you can decide to invest in your own equipment and bring the whole operation in-house. So let's dig into what each of those actually cost, shall we? Okay, so let's start with path number one, hiring a team of pros. When you see that all-inclusive hourly rate they quote you, what are you actually paying for? Let's break it down. Now, this is where it gets really interesting when you see it all broken down like this. You're not just paying for a machine, right? You're paying for a skilled team. You've got a supervisor, a technician, the labor, and all that specialized gear. But then, look at that last line. The cost of the dry ice itself, that's a huge chunk of the hourly expense, $175 an hour just for the materials. So you add all those pieces together, and what do you get? You land right here. Based on data from major markets like Detroit, Chicago, and Toledo, you're looking at a ballpark of around $395 per hour. That's your key number if you're thinking about contracting this out. So yeah, the big appeal here is pretty obvious, right? It's totally hassle-free. You get experts who know what they're doing, and they do it safely and efficiently. The downside, of course, is that at nearly $400 an hour, those costs can stack up really, really fast, especially on bigger jobs. That's why this is absolutely perfect for those one-time deep cleans or occasional projects. But okay, what if you're looking at that hourly rate and thinking, yikes, that's not going to work for us long-term? Well, that brings us to path number two, becoming the expert yourself by buying the equipment and bringing this awesome capability in-house. Look, I get it. That initial price tag for the equipment can give you some serious sticker shock, but it's really important to see this as more than just an expense. It's a long-term investment. If you've got a regular need for this kind of cleaning, this is the path that could unlock some serious savings down the road. So what are we actually talking about here, investment-wise? Well, first up is the blaster itself. And wow, that's a big range, anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000. Then you've got to have a powerful air compressor, which will set you back another $5,000 to $10,000. And then you have the ongoing cost, the dry ice, which usually runs about $1 to $2 a pound. And this right here really lays out the whole trade-off perfectly. The pros are huge. You could see massive long-term savings, and you have total control over when and how you do the work. But the cons are just as real. It's a major upfront cost, and you have to factor in things like maintenance, training your team, and managing your own supply of dry ice. This path really only makes sense for businesses where blasting becomes a regular core part of what you do. Okay, so we've looked at both sides. The crucial thing now is figuring out which of these paths is the right one for your business. There's no single right answer for everybody, but there is a right answer for you. And the decision really just boils down to this. If your project is a one-off thing, or you only need it done occasionally, and you just want a hassle-free expert solution, you hire a pro. But if you know you're going to be doing this all the time, if long-term savings are a top priority, and you want full control over your own schedule, then buying your own equipment is the clear winner. All right, let's bring it all home. At the end of the day, this decision isn't just about the dollar amount. It's actually a strategic choice. You have to think about it this way. Are you just paying for a service, or are you investing in a long-term asset for your business? I mean, this quote from the source material just nails it. That big upfront cost of buying the gear is balanced out by the potential for major savings over time, but only if you use it regularly. That's the key calculation you have to make. So, as you're thinking about the costs, ask yourself this fundamental question. Is this just a one-and-done project, or is dry ice blasting a capability you want to own for the future? Answering that one question will pretty much tell you everything you need to know.